Hey everybody, this is Kyle, and yeah, it's kind of dark in here. Hold on, let me change this. Okay, I think this is gonna work. This thing is like a boom mic. You know, if you didn't grow up like I guess in the 20th century, you don't remember when our TV shows or low budget movies you'd see the boom mic sticking in. That's what that is making me think of. And even though it's funny to me to leave that in, I'm gonna move it so it's not so distracting. Speaking of distracting, check these out. I got some merch, and those might be backwards on the camera. But today, speaking of merch and stuff, when I perform live, I have those things available, and sometimes I'll bring shirts with me. I used to bring CDs and stuff, but I don't think anyone has purchased a CD for me since 2020 when I was doing Blood Candy stuff. So let's talk about this live performance. So in 2022, at the beginning of the summer, I played at the library where I teach, and I did all original music and things like that. They were having, I don't know, some sort of promotion going on. I forget exactly what it was. But because of that, I got known by some other librarians and things like that. So this regional library had a function of their directors, and they had live music, me just playing on acoustic. So instead of my full looping thing, I was playing more background music, something chill, where they had dinner, things like that. And preparing songs for that, I wanted to do some originals and then some covers, but I was thinking, what cover should I play? Because you don't want to play something that is intended to make people dance or something like that. And this song, the Sinatra classic, seemed like a good fit. So let's take a listen. I'll tell you a little bit more afterwards. Now, a funny little story about this performance is a week or two before, I had another librarian contact me. They were having an art show and their musicians canceled. I don't know, something happened and they needed music. So I was trying to explain I perform and record myself, and it plays back immediately, so I sound like multiple musicians, and so it creates this, fuller, lusher sound. And for an art show, I mentioned I'd probably use my acoustic because, again, the aspect of the audience and what type of music the audience should have, that was important. But this librarian, the idea, what I was talking about was like, oh, guitar music. I just don't. We had a violin player. Are you sure you can't play violin? I'm like, it's like, well, I have something that kind of makes my guitar sound like a violin. I have a synthesizer pedal. But I realized if explaining looping was tough to understand, that explaining this synthesizer pedal would be too much too. So anyway, she said, well, I'll give you a call. Let me think about it. So I didn't hear back, and I really didn't think much about it, because when you perform, if someone really truly doesn't understand what it is that you do, it's a good thing that you're passing on that it's not working out. I had a gig where someone responded to me like, well, I hire musicians that play their own music when they perform. I'm like, what do you think I'm doing in this video that I sent you? I was like, do you not notice I'm playing? And I don't know, sometimes people are silly like that. But anyway, at this librarian gig, this other librarian was there, and after I played, she came up to me and was like, wow, now I understand after hearing you what you were talking about. You record yourself, it plays back immediately, you can add different instruments with your guitar, and it has a very pleasant, mellow sound. I think she was thinking of guitar in terms like Van Halen, Metallica, something that harsher guitar sound. By the way, I don't know if this is showing up on camera. I just made a video of us using this to keep track of where I was sitting. So I notice I'm like moving this around. So anyway, thanks for hanging out in this video. I have videos like this twice a week on my Patreon. I probably shouldn't say twice a week anymore, at least weekly. And I shouldn't say weekly anymore. I have full videos of the story behind a song and full lyric videos and things on my Patreon, and plus some other behind the scenes content. So if you like what I'm doing, $1 a month goes a long way. I know it doesn't seem like much, but yeah, if you tip people when you hear them perform, it's kind of like an automatic tip every month of $1, and that's really helpful. So anyway, thanks for hanging out. I'll see you next time.